go on a hunt, but I finally got them, my two favorite fall and winter frags. So stay tuned and we'll get right into this. Hey everybody in the Frag Con, here we are today. We're going to go over our two favorite fall and winter frags. I have had a huge outpouring of support from the Frag Con and some amazing reviewers. So with that being said, we're going to see what they had to say first for their two favorite fall and winter frags. Stay tuned until the end. You'll see what I have to say as well.
Hey ladies and gentlemen, Steven here, and I have a YouTube channel called Redolescence, and first things first, I just want to say a very special thank you to my good friend James for having me be a part of this collaboration. I really do appreciate it. So James reached out to me and he asked me if I wouldn't mind making a video in which I recommend a couple of fall fragrances. And autumn is in full bloom. Not really, right? That's for spring. But autumn, you see the leaves decaying and decomposing and falling to the ground, and you have all of these autumnal scents that come to mind, like smoke and cinnamon and pumpkin spice. And so I wanted to pick some fragrances that were really festive. And without further ado, here are my recommendations. So the first one is by the Turkish company Nishan Istanbul, and this is an extrait de parfum. The fragrance is called Fan Your Flames. And this one has rum, it has coconut, has a little bit of vanilla, it's boozy, it's resinous, it's sweet, it's decadent. I love this one so much. And the booze that's used in here is very different from other fragrances that I have tried. I'm thinking of fragrances like Straight to Heaven by Kilian, or perhaps even any number of fragrances that contain like a bay rum note or accord, which is really just a lot of eugenol. And so I really like this one. I feel like they did things quite differently with this one. And another really good one that I like from this house is called Hasibat, so I would recommend checking that one out as well. And the second recommendation that I would like to make is a fragrance by the company Parfum de Marly. This is one that I have been wearing a lot this autumn, even though the autumn just started on the 22nd, which was the equinox. And this one is called Owajan. Now, I think a lot of people out there are already familiar with Owajan. It's kind of like a sweet, spicy apple pie kind of a scent. There's vanilla, there's cinnamon or cinnamic alcohol, and it gives off that vibe. It's really, really nice. A few other fragrances that I would compare this to are like Hermes Ambre Narguilé, Dulce Lisir by L'Herbolario, and also perhaps Rosé All Day by Gallagher Fragrances. Really, really awesome stuff. If you haven't tried this one, I would definitely put this towards the top of my list, or your list rather, of fragrances to discover for the autumn. So once again, James, thank you so much for having me be a part of this collaboration. I really do appreciate it. I look forward to seeing what everybody else picks.
What is going on, guys? This is me, No Sponge, and thank you for inviting me to be part of these collaborations. That means a lot to me, and I know that I don't have that much time, so let's just get back into it. I have two great fragrances for you guys today in this video to choose from for this fall. Two great classics. I would call them classics because of how popular they are. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys love them. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys own them, and I'm pretty sure after this video a lot of you guys have to buy them if you don't own them already. And I know that I don't have much time, so I'm just gonna get back into the first pick for you guys today, and it is a Dolce & Gabbana, the one EDP. I prefer the Eau de Parfum like 10 times better than the regular EDT. I know the EDT, that's the one came first, it's the original classic, but for me personally, this one, it's denser, this one lasts longer and projects longer on my skin as well. A lot of people say it doesn't last still as long on them, but for me, I think I'm okay with the 6 hours or so that it gives me, so I just can't really complain at all, especially for the amount of compliments I get every time I wear this fragrance right here. And it's not that expensive either, guys. You can just find it online sometimes for a very reasonable price. The second fragrance I have for you guys today, it's of course Sauvage by Dior Eau de Parfum. I'm really liking it so far, guys, especially that it is a little subdued. It's not as loud as the Eau de Toilette, and I can actually wear it to work no problem. Unlike Dior Sauvage, the regular one, I feel like a little anxious just to wear it to work on a regular day. So this is it, guys, for me. See you guys next time. Peace.
Hey James, what's going on? This is James from J Royal. Thank you so much for letting me join in on this collaboration of fall winter fragrances. I picked two fragrances that aren't on my fall list, and I don't think they're on my winter list as far as I know. One's designer, one's niche, and I'm extremely excited to share these two fragrances with you guys. For the fall fragrance that I really am looking forward to wearing, Mont Blanc Individual. This is a fragrance that we all should know about. It is a fantastic fragrance. a refined, updated version of Youp Homme, and a fresher, cleaner, designer version of Original Santal by Creed. What I love about Individual is its versatility. It has remarkable freshness considering it has this crazy berry-like sweetness and this wonderful cinnamon quality too. But there's also lavender, which keeps it clean. Some people say it smells synthetic, but I think that synthetic nature is its cleanness. And to a certain extent, soap is synthetic, but it's clean and it makes you smell good. So I don't necessarily think it's a negative here. So in the fall, Individual, one of the best value purchases, especially in designer fragrances. It's technically discontinued. You can't get it at a Mont Blanc store, but you can find this everywhere online for very cheap. And for my winter fragrance that I'm really looking forward to wearing is from Tower, and it's L'Eau du Desert Marocain. That's a tough one. Lovely, deep, rich, complex fragrance, but yet is still pretty wearable, especially in the cold weather. This has amber, coriander, cedar. It's woody, it's a little bit spicy, it's very, very warm. It's not something that you would want to wear in the desert, but for some reason, it does remind you of that sort of atmosphere. It's a bit dry, definitely warming. Even though I love and wear the Amouage line, this gives me another option that is kind of in that same genre, but does take things into a different direction. Really warm, really ambery, really beautiful fragrance, and it isn't all that expensive considering its quality. If you haven't checked it out, you should. So that's it, guys. Those are two fragrances I'm really looking forward to wearing in the fall and the winter. James, again, thank you so much for inviting me on this collaboration. You are quite possibly one of the kindest people in the Frag Com. You're always very cordial with your comments, and I really appreciate all you're doing for the community. So take care, and for these two fragrances, as you guys know, it's just my opinion. You know, get your own, okay? Bye.
Hello everyone, it's been a little while. Fragrance Apprentice here. I'm coming to you in between, I think, the 6th or 7th dimensional plane of existence, and I wanted to share with you two fragrances from fall and winter. Thanks so much to James for inviting me to do this collaboration. I haven't done a collab video for about 3 years, so this is a good time to do it and come back. So you know why I'm here already? I'm here to present you two fragrances, one for autumn, the other for winter. Now, these two are Fragrance Apprentice classics. If you followed me on my channel for any length of time, you will recognize these two. These are ones that I've already talked about before and given excellent reviews. The first one is the autumn fragrance, and that is Kissed by Slumber House. Now, this one to me is still the epitome of autumn. It's got hay bales in it, it's got peach, it's got liqueur, it's syrupy, it's rich, it's deep, it grabs your attention. It's so unique and so amazing. If you're really into the fragrance game, if you want to go advanced, this is absolutely for you. And as you can see right here, it looks as though I haven't used a lot of it, but I've actually been using this consistently for 2 years. But the great thing about it is that you spray it on and it stains the skin. It's that powerful. One spray goes a long way, so it's really worth the money for that. My winter selection is a fragrance that has consistently been in my winter top 10s. In fact, I'd argue that it wouldn't be a Fragrance Apprentice winter top 10 without this fragrance included, and that is D Squared's Potion Royal Black. This is fantastic. It's kind of like a full-bodied wine. It's super rich. It's got a real kind of jaggedy, edgy leather smell with a kind of a smokiness to it. And it has a real tangible rose that gives it an elevated sweetness. This is a fantastic all-rounder for winter. It's super versatile, and I love that it's really rough and ready and rigid, but also has a sort of a sweet heart to it. That's always mesmerized me. The same with Kissed. One spray goes a long way. You put this on and it's just going to last and last and last. I did an amusing review of this back in the day. You should go check that out. So those are my picks. I really hope you get something from my picks. and from everybody's selections in this video as well. Thank again to James for hauling me out of my hiatus to do this. It's really been an honour. As for me, you'll be seeing a lot more of me next year when I return to the Fragrance Apprentice channel for Season 5. So, until then, I'm the Fragrance Apprentice, and I'm out.
Hello everybody, Killer here. I just want to thank James for letting me be part of this video. He's an amazing person, so thanks for that, James. The fragrances I'm going to mention are very popular. I'm not going to mention any hidden gems or anything, but these are my favourite winter fragrances. I don't really wear niche fragrances because I don't really own a bottle of a niche fragrance. I've tried loads of niche fragrances, of course, but I don't really have one to wear every day. The first fragrance I'm going to mention is Prada L'Homme. I love the smooth, soapy sexiness that this fragrance projects. I think it smells really expensive and very classy too. I didn't think too much of this fragrance when I first tried it. It didn't blow me away, but the more I wore it, the better I got. Everybody who smells it on you doesn't just think, oh, he's just wearing a fragrance. They think, wow, it's a really, really nice fragrance. It smells so good that people have to ask you what it is that you're wearing. The projection is solid and the longevity is amazing. It's one of them fragrances that lasts overnight on your clothes. Like the next day you can't stop smelling your clothes because it has that rich, deep, intense dry down that lingers for ages on clothes. I'm going to mention this one first quickly because it's been reformulated and obviously you all know this one. This is L'Huile L'Homme by Yves Saint Laurent. It's one of my favourite fragrances ever, actually. The smell is just so rich and deep and intense. It's just so spicy and sweet and sexy. It's unreal. That's L'Huile L'Homme, one of my favourite winter fragrances ever. But of course, I'm not going to choose this one because it's been reformulated. My second choice for my winter/fall fragrance is going to be Midnight in Paris Eau de Parfum. It's very soft and elegant and romantic, and I just love the smell. Some fragrance connoisseurs might find it boring because it's very simple, but it does have that depth in there that keeps you smelling it and smelling it over and over. It's a perfect fragrance for fall and winter at night time. When you're on a date or in close encounters, it works very well. The sillage is very, very nice. It just leaves this cloud around you. Almost cosmetic smelling, like Dior Homme. It's nothing really, really outstandingly special, like different in any way, but it's just amazing. So I just want to thank James again for inviting me to be a part of this collab, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the collab.
Hey everyone, thank you so much, James, for including me in the video. I see you commenting not just on my channel but on so many people's channels, and you're always super positive and super friendly and encouraging and just a genuinely really nice guy, and that's very much appreciated. It's great to have someone so positive in the community, and you definitely contribute to that, so thank you, James, and thank you for including me. My two choices for autumn and winter are going to be old school fragrances that I've owned the longest, that I'm starting to wear more and more. I think as a collector, you tend to go with the newer fragrances in your collection over time, and the older ones kind of get left behind. I'm making more an effort to go back to the roots of where my taste began and reaching for those more often. And the two niche fragrances that I bought basically the beginning of my journey in fragrances is Tuscan Leather by Tom Ford and Nascimato Pardon. Both of these fit perfectly into fall and winter. Tuscan Leather is a legendary leather fragrance that pretty much set the benchmark for what a leather fragrance can be and should be, and just smells awesome. It's masculine, although I'd love a woman to smell like this. This one is very sexy, it's very smooth, the leather is beautiful, the saffron is slightly sweet, and it's just bloody gorgeous. I fell in love with it when I first smelled it, and I still love it today. Perfect for fall and winter. I don't wear it in the rest of the year when it's warmer. It is specifically a cold weather fragrance, but fantastic, and I absolutely love it. Nascimato Pardon also has a rich sweetness. It's a woody, sweet kind of fragrance. Ever so slight spice nuances. I believe there might be a little bit of cinnamon in there, which adds to that kind of spicy, smooth sweetness. There's a little bit of kind of an oudi vibe. It's slightly woody, it's resinous, it's warm, it's sweet. Very, very, again, kind of dark and sexy, and perfect for fall and winter. Really dark coloured juice. I love it. I've not been wearing it all that often recently, which is why I've started to make more of an effort to pull this one out again. And I've been wearing it a couple of times just this week, and man, it is really good. I forgot actually how much I like it. It's a great fragrance and it performs well. I only ever sprayed this one once, just here, and it lasts all day. It smells fantastic. These two are perfect for fall and winter, two of my favourites in my collection, and really what started me on my journey as well. On to the next guy, and thank you again, James. Cheers.
Hi guys, welcome back.
Hi guys.
So we're in the loft again, our lovely loft in the middle of London, central London, right by St Paul's Cathedral, which is much bigger next door. Today we're doing a special collaboration video, which is very exciting.
So thanks a lot to James for asking us to do this. His kind of fall stroke autumn, stroke winter.
It's coming up, it's fast approaching.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, so what have we got? So you may have seen we've already done our autumn stroke fall video, in which we tried to choose 5 fragrances each, but we overlapped twice. So there were 2 fragrances which we hadn't planned it before, which we both chose, and so we've taken one of those today as our real kind of full autumn choice. And it's one, if you follow us on Instagram, I wore it yesterday. I've had it for a year or something, and I wore it loads last autumn. I really was looking forward to wearing it. It just shouts autumn to me. It's piney, it's incense,
it's everything you want in an autumn fragrance.
Yeah,
isn't it,
it's also got that kind of vegetation kind of feel, and it's also got this slight strawberry note, which kind of steers you in another direction.
I was thinking about this the other day. The fact that it has that slight strawberry edge makes it fun, where autumn could potentially be a little bit depressing.
Yeah, because there's still
it's a little bit of fun. Yeah, a little bit of sunshine.
Sunshine, exactly. Yeah.
It's there.
So if you haven't worked out already what we are talking about, it is Cape Heartache from Imaginary Authors.
Lovely stuff.
I mean, there are lots of pine and incense fragrances out there, but this is just completely unique. I mean, I love the kind of bonfire-y, kind of camphorous quality to it, but as you say, that strawberry just makes it unique, makes it different to anything else.
It's like, I mean, I've read it somewhere, this isn't my quote at all, but it's like a little kiss on top.
Yeah.
Oh, it's beautiful. And in fact, with something like this, I love the fact that in the best possible sense, it's slightly crudely done. It's not like overly refined, elegant French perfumery of 100 years ago.
Completely.
It has some rough edges, which is kind of fun.
The strawberry doesn't smell like, whenever you talk about rose, you want the most realistic, beautiful, lush rose. This doesn't smell like the most beautiful, lush strawberry.
You'd be worried if your strawberry actually smelled of that.
Because it smells like strawberry, like chapstick or lipstick or like some kind of fizzy
teeny
drink.
bopper.
Yeah, it smells, and that's what makes it fun and playful and makes it, as I say, original, unique.
Yeah. If you were drinking a Panda Pops sort of strawberry aid or something like that in a forest and spilt it all over yourself and
put the fire out with it.
Yeah, there was a huge fire. You just about survived and got out of there by spraying it.
Anyway,
this is it.
Gorgeous scent,
great.
Gorgeous scent, I love it. Right, it's not yet winter. But we are starting to look forward to it. When you think winter, you think even bigger, stronger, heavier fragrances. So there are some fragrances.
Coldness and misery.
Yeah, dark. You need something warm to hug you and caress you. So there are some things we're looking forward to wearing in winter.
Yes.
But one thing I'm really, really looking forward to wearing, because I went to the shop about 2 hours ago and bought it. This is from the house of Prin Parfum, and it is Turkish leather, and I haven't even taken it out of the box yet. I've had a couple of samples of this, and I've worn it lots for the past few months.
And we talked about it, didn't we?
Yeah, we did a review of it.
Print video that we ever did.
Look, there is the bottle. Wow. I don't know if you can see the colour of the juice there. I mean, it smells happy, fun.
It's so exciting.
I'm just going to spray it because, it's just, here it is.
What we found with this when we sprayed it the first time, well, when I smelt it the first time, you'd already smelt it, was it's just so inviting and it's so changeable, and it's bigger than perfume.
It's absolutely.
Let's get it.
It really is very, very special. It's just this huge, huge dark, rich leather. It's also got, I think he describes this as a gourmand fragrance. It has Turkish delight in it, it has coffee in it, it has dried dates, it has dark chocolate.
I'm getting a little tuberosy bubblegum aspect.
Is there something? I mean, I don't think he doesn't really list anything, but I'm sure there is something there.
There's some little bubblegum sweetness or something in the top of that, which is fantastic.
In it. It's so complex. And another thing, you do want quite a good performing fragrance for winter, I think. And this lasts at least 12 hours, often more. It's real. Like if you go out in the evening at 7 o'clock at night, go out, come back, go to sleep, wake up in the morning, have a shower, you will still smell it.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want more than sort of 15 sprays of this, do you?
Yeah, I mean, really. That's definitely no more than 20. But it's
amazing.
I don't normally, despite being talking about strawberry fragrance, I don't normally like gourmand fragrances.
No,
that much. But this just works because yes, there is sweetness and a gourmand quality, but there's so much darkness.
It's far removed from a gourmand. It's all
so big and rich.
It's all about the opulence of that leather and the floral sort of sweetness.
I mean, these are EDP intense, and you probably can't see it there, but such a glisten of oil. There's such a high concentration.
Is that not like an extra strength?
Probably, it's kind of turbocharged. They called it eau de parfum intense.
Okay, well, it is bloody intense.
Yeah, it's really intense.
God.
I just can't wait for it to get a bit colder and I can really enjoy this. It'd be absolutely perfect for winter.
And, you know, again, evocative, like, you know, the Desert Moroccan by Tao.
Yeah.
This is maybe strolling through Turkey.
Yeah, absolutely.
A market stall somewhere.
Turkish delight, sweets, dried fruit, woods, bit of incense, bit of smoke,
the occasional
leather.
Passing camel.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Anyway, those are our two choices. Can't wait to see what everyone else says.
Great.
And thank you once again for James for asking us to do your 2 for fall and winter. Happy sniffing!
Hello ladies and gents, it's the Lex Man here. I'd like to thank James for inviting me on this collab and give me a reason to actually do some damn work. So, I don't know what the rest of these experts have been telling you, but let me tell you, there is no pumpkin spice latte or fancy Instagram hats that you got from Forever 21 in Lexland. Oh no, in Lexland we don't bullshit around. So, here are this year's picks from me for my fall winter scent. So to start, a surprise. Dior Homme Parfum. Now, if you remember, I hated this. And a lot of people hated me because I hated this. Yeah, nice logic, dickweed. But yeah, so this year in particular, I've actually grown to really like it. Like, as you can see, I've used a fair amount of it this year. And I know what you're thinking, that's not that much, but trust me, this stuff is super strong. This stuff will fill a damn room. It's got this dark, sexy, rich smell to it. It's got the whole Dior Homme Intense sort of DNA in there, you know, it's got that almost feminine thing going on, but it's kind of really macho at the same time. It's a weird one, but I absolutely love it. Wonderful smell. It's not cheap, but I don't see you going through a bottle of this anytime soon. It's super strong, 2 sprays will do. Problem solved. Next up, one that was actually love at first sniff. This is Acqua di Parma Colonia Oud, and this one smells so damn sexy that if they made a full human-sized version, I would marry it and sleep with it every single night. You can't judge me because it's that good. Seriously. If you want to judge me, go out and smell it, and you'll be like, you know what? Actually, I would do that too. Son of a bitch. But it's got a lovely dark, oody, woody scent to it. Super strong, very rich. No synthetic crap in there. Smells outstanding. And the bottle looks pretty badass. So those are my fall winter picks of 2018. And I think they're damn good ones. So yeah, guys, I'm actually doing some fragrance-related content. Amazing. And on to the next person. But I wouldn't take what they say, remember, and come back to this video just in case, you know, just to be sure, not waving my woolly around, but you know.
Thanks James for asking me to be part of this video. I'm truly honoured, although it's so hard to pick one fall fragrance and one winter fragrance, but here goes. These 2 picks are fragrances I'll be wearing a lot this fall and winter. I absolutely adore them. The first is probably my favourite fragrance of all time, Roger Parfum's Enigma. This is such a gorgeous, boozy, sweet, rich, luxurious scent. We've got tobacco, vanilla, cognac, ginger in there. To give you an image of what this reminds me of, you could be sitting in an old library with that really comforting smell of old books all around you. You've got a glass of cognac on a table next to you, the smoothest cognac you've ever tasted. And there's also a cigar, but it's not lit because it would be foolish to light a cigar in a library full of old books. It's an unlit cigar, so you've got that lovely smell of fresh, sweet tobacco. Roger Parfum's Enigma is just a gorgeous, elegant, sensual, luxurious scent. Now for my winter scent. My winter choice is Memoirs of a Trespasser from Imaginary Authors. With this one we get deep, rich, resinous woods, a gorgeous sweet vanilla. I get a kind of salted vanilla vibe from this one. This is like wrapping up in the wintertime wearing a warm, cozy jumper or a scarf. Really comforting, you wouldn't want to leave the house without it. I actually bought this at Christmas time, so smelling this, it really reminds me of Christmas. It's an eau de parfum concentration. Performance is outstanding. It lasts a long time. It cuts through those colder temperatures perfectly. Memoirs of a Trespasser. Oh, just amazing. Okay, those are my two picks. Whatever you're doing this fall and winter, keep smelling good.
Hey, thank you James for letting me be a part of this. I'm Lee. I run a channel called Lee Style and Fragrance. I'm also Mr. Put Together on Instagram. So today's segment, what we're going to be doing is 2 fragrances that are my favorite fall and winter. So I didn't necessarily pick 2 that are my favorite, but I picked 2 that are going to be on my top 10. So I guess you could say they're my favorites in some shape, way, or form. But I tried to be different because I didn't want to pick 2 fragrances that everybody else is doing. So I feel like these 2, I feel like you might see one of these maybe once or twice, but I don't feel like you're going to see it that much. But I have La Ligue pour Homme Equis, and I have Memoirs of a Trespasser by Imaginary Authors. These 2 fragrances are gems. This one right here, I feel like it's very slept on. Not a lot of people know about this. It is a very sweet wood, but it's incredible, especially for the price you get it for. I don't know where this has been all my life. I absolutely love it. The compliments I get from this is out of this world. They even have a 4160 that was made from Tinder, and I think it's called Sexiest Scent Ever, and it smells exactly like this. Wonder where they got that idea from. This one right here, this needs no introduction. When you're talking about one of the realest vanillas that I have ever smelled on a scent is in here. Like, this smells like real vanilla, which I really appreciate. You have oak barrels in here, you have resin. This is a gem, it lasts forever. I just purchased this not too long ago, and I'm very happy with this purchase. I've been wanting to add this bad boy in my collection for a minute, and now I'm glad that I have it. So these 2 right here, I'm gonna be rocking the hell out of these guys, believe it. Thank you James so much for having me, man. This is an awesome idea. You guys enjoy the rest of your day.
Hello everyone, so here we are in Gran Canaria. It's me, Dan from the Mr. Smelly channel, and Claire from the Smurfy Girly channel. Thanks a lot for having us in the video, James. So we're going to tell you 2 fragrances each, one for fall, one for winter. Claire.
So my fall choice is Papillon Perfumery, and it's called Tobacco Rose, a gorgeous rose fragrance with hay and beeswax, and it's a little bit smoky. It's just so interesting. I love it.
My pick for the autumn or fall is going to be Parfums de Nicolai New York Intense, which is a really classic masculine fragrance. It's an oriental fragrance, it's spicy and it is a little bit sweet. It is also very similar actually to Creed's Bar de Portugal. Nice green opening, and then in the base there's a lot of civet, musk, castoreum, a lot of animalic notes, but it doesn't really smell that way. It's just a nice woody, spicy, lavender, barbershop, old-fashioned scent, but with a bit of character and class and sweetness. So winter time, Claire.
Okay, winter I've decided to go with Iris Ganache from Guerlain. It's one of my most special fragrances. It's warming, it's comforting, there's cinnamon, there's iris, it's fuzzy, it's slightly chocolatey, but it still smells like a perfume, and yeah, I love it.
And for me, I'm going to go with Dior Homme Parfum, the ultimate for me in the Dior Homme range, which of course has that famous iris lipstick kind of note, but a bit more leather and masculinity and dark woodiness combined with that really characteristic thing that you get in Dior Homme and Dior Homme Intense, but it's the most pungent and maybe the most grown up and masculine of the Dior Homme range. So Dior Homme Parfum Beast Mode Performance on that one. Great for winter.
I love that one too. Good choice.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks for having us.
See you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Hey everybody, Gary here over the channel No Nonsense, and recently I've been asked to do a collaboration with my good friend James Underwood, and James, I can't thank you enough. It's more than my honor to take part in this, and what I'm going to do is give one of my favorite fall fragrances and one of my favorite winter fragrances that I'll be wearing heavily this time of year. So going in with fall, my main pick that I will be wearing in heavy rotation is by the house of Maison Francis Kurkdjian, and that is Grand Soir. What you get with Grand Soir is a lot of amber, vanilla, benzoin. I think there's some tonka bean in there. This is beautiful, beautiful juice. I absolutely love this, and this will be a rock star for this upcoming fall, and I can't wait to wear that. That also made my top 10 for fall. I think that was actually my number 1. And for winter, this was a no-brainer. It's actually my favorite fragrance of all time. And it is by the house of Tom Ford, part of the Private Blend collection. And this is Tuscan Leather. For me, this is an absolute love. It's a 10 out of 10 fragrance, in my opinion. I can't get enough of this. You get leather, you get suede, you get raspberry. I find it super sexy. My wife loves when I wear it. I can go on and on about this. This, I don't ever see myself without having a bottle of this in my collection. That's how much I love this. And I can't wait for it to cool down a little bit so I can really start rocking this hard. Tuscan Leather, one of my favorite, actually my favorite fragrance of all time. James, thank you so much for including me in this collaboration. And I look forward to seeing what everybody else has. Guys, take care. Thank you so much. Bye.
What's going on, everybody? So my name is Chad from the channel A Gentleman's Journey. Before I get into it, James, I just want to say thank you very much for the invite. I do appreciate it. So my picks for fall and winter, so I only have one pick each, and I'm pretty much known as the guy who brings a lot of fragrances. I talk about a lot of the stuff that really does not get a lot of mention, and that's what my picks are going to be. For fall, I'm going with Tommy Hilfiger Endless Blue. This looks like a summer fragrance just because of the color of the bottle, but it's got lots of black pepper, lots of cardamom, lots of booze, so I think it's a great fall scent. And the other one is going to be Zegna's Forte. So this is pretty much like Armani Code, but with honey. It has a lot of tonka bean honey, it's got tobacco. Great scent as well. It's sexy, it's mysterious, a great versatile fragrance. Both of these fragrances run for like $35 or under, so I think they're great finds, especially for the bang for the buck. So those are my two picks. James, again, thank you very much.
Hey, what's up, guys? Israel here from Dollars and Cents. I just want to say thank you to James for having me on this compilation video, and I'm going to pick a couple of fall and winter fragrances. One's going to be designer, the other one's going to be niche. To start things off, we're going to go with fragrance I just did a video on, so you guys go to my channel Dollars and Cents and check it out. It is Valentina Uomo Noir Absolute. Yeah, guys, so this fragrance is like incensey, got some sandalwood in it, cinnamon, and some black pepper. Simply put, this fragrance is like Black Orchid from Tom Ford and DHI, Dior Homme Intense, mixed together. Not exact, but it kind of goes along the same realm. It's very thick and heavy and resinous, kind of sweet and woody. Really nice fragrance for the fall or winter, guys. Preferably a colder fall day because it's pretty heavy and has really great longevity and projection. So if you guys try this one, go easy on the trigger, but it's a really great fragrance. Next fragrance is going to be for the House of Parfums de Marly. It's one of their latest releases. It is Carlisle. So Carlisle has some green apple, tonka, vanilla, some nutmeg, and some patchouli in it. Very nice. Another heavy fragrance. Thick and woody and semi-sweet from the vanilla. It's really nice, guys. Kind of has like almost like a resinous kind of raisin kind of smell to it with some wood. This one's a little pricey, guys, but if you guys can afford to get your hands on a bottle, it's definitely worth a try. So a big thanks to James again for inviting me on this compilation video. Hope you guys have a great fall and winter, and on to the next reviewer.
What's going on, everyone? Freddie here from the Freddie Frags channel. let me start by saying thank you to James for humbly allowing me to be part of this collaboration. Now, I wanted to bring something a little different simply because everyone's dropping their top 10s, including myself, and fall for most of us reviewers is the mecca of seasons for fragrances. There are so many gems, so many top 10s, and that so many get left off the list. And to make it a little something different, this is something I recently received that I haven't even gotten a full wearing of, but I am anticipating to wear this so badly because when I did test it at home, it just was awesome. And the name of this is Some Like It Hot. This is from by Kilian. So in this fragrance, you're gonna get hazelnut. That's the main player. It's nutty. You get lychee because it's a little tarty as well. And towards the dry down, you're gonna get rose. Those are the 3 notes that are listed for this fragrance, and you get each one of them. But I will say I'm not a rose lover, and I was a little skeptical when I received this bottle, but the rose is so, I don't want to say diluted, but it's so thin that you barely even smell it. You do get a floral aspect towards the dry down, but it's not even like a typical rose. So it did well for me, and I tried it in the evening, and when I woke up the next morning, it was a nice floral little bubble around me, which I liked. So without further ado, my pick was Some Like It Hot by Kilian. Let's move on to the next review. Please, peace and stay blessed.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Dallas from Chaos Fragrances. I just want to give a shout out to James Underwood for asking me to be a part of this collaboration. I thought it was a really cool idea, so I was happy to be included. I'm going to be going over my 2 favorite fall and winter fragrances. So I figured how I would do this is I would just split it up. My favorite fall fragrance, my favorite winter fragrance. So I'm going to go and start off with my fall one, and that is Tuxedo by Yves Saint Laurent. It's from their private collection. If any of you watch my videos, you know that this one has gotten pretty high marks from me so far, and it's just a great scent. It's a little bit creamy, it's a little bit spicy, it's also a little bit fresh at the same time, and I feel like it's just a great scent for this kind of transitional season where it may be a little bit warmer and maybe a little bit cooler. It can kind of work in both of those temperatures, but I feel like in the cool fall air is when this one is going to work the best. Indoors, outdoors, dressed up, dressed down, really for anything. I feel like this stuff is going to work great for that. So this would be my favorite fall fragrance. My favorite winter fragrance would be Replica by the Fireplace. Now this is a very authentic scent. As the name implies, by the fireplace, it really does smell like that. It kind of has this burning wood, roasted marshmallows type of smell. You get this nice chestnut, you get a little bit of a creamy vanilla, and it's just this nice woody, smoky, very sensual fragrance. This is definitely a personal fragrance. This isn't something that I'm going to wear like out when I'm trying to get attention from other people. This is a fragrance that I'm going to wear when I'm just with myself and I want to enjoy it for myself. And this is probably the fragrance I'm going to wear on Christmas Day just because it has such this cozy smell to it. It kind of smells like, you know, you're snowed in at your house. It's just really cold outside. There's a ton of snow on the ground and you're just staying inside for the day. This is kind of what that reminds me of. So this is my favorite winter fragrance by the fireplace. So guys, that was my 2 favorite fall and winter fragrances. Again, shout out to James for inviting me to be a part of this collaboration. Really excited to see how it turns out. So that's gonna do it, guys. Hey, what's going on?
Hi, this is Augie of Your 2 Cents, and I want to say thank you, James Underwood, for asking me to go ahead and be a part of this collaboration. He asked me to do 2 fragrances for fall to talk about, and I'm excited to do that. I just don't know what to pick. I do have many ones for fall. I think a lot of folks do in the old Frag com because weather gets cooler and we get into more of a darkness thing. Let me give this a spray and we'll come back to that. This one I will talk about. This is a Montel fragrance. This is Oud Melody. A little pricier offering of most of the things I look at. Let's see, I sprayed it somewhere. Here we go. And what do you get with this? Well, Montel does a lot of oud rose type of things. This one has the added note of saffron, and it kind of takes a lot of that rosiness and maybe tweaks it a little bit. You still get the rose, you still get the oud, but to me, it almost could work in cooler summer to all the way to spring type of fragrance. It also reminds me of MFK's Oud, Mason Francis Kirkjohn's Oud. This one's a little brighter, but along the same area, and you can seem to find this reasonable here and there. And it's pretty close. I do need to review it. The problem with it is some longevity issues, if you can believe that. So I just need a little more time with it to get it out. But nonetheless, I do plan to wear it this fall for something a little bit different, a little bit brighter, and it's oud. So yeah, kind of funny to have oud and brightness in the same sentence. This one is an old favorite sample bottle. This is Montana Black, and I just did a review of the Bottega Veneta Pour Homme Parfum, which is right here, and it's much more resinous, but it has that coniferous type of a vibe. This is way more intense, the Bottega, more resinous in that sense. But this one is definitely more of a pine type of vibe, some freshness, some citrus, and it does get into this morphed into a leather phase. It was in the Base Notes Top 500 list, and just a fragrance that's slept on quite a bit, a little bit forgotten, but if you like leather and you like the idea of pine, this one works really well, and there's my two. So without any further ado, thank you once again, James, for asking me to be a part of this. Oh, there's a batch code. And on to the next reviewer. Thank you.
What is up, Frag fam? Max Forte here to participate in a collaboration video for the two favorite fragrances from around the world. First of all, thank you so much, James Underwood, for inviting me and for putting this together. So my first pick is a fragrance from a Brazilian fragrance house called Boticário. Now, this particular fragrance takes the Barolo wine and makes this amazing oriental kind of fragrance. Now, you have amazing components like dark chocolate, figs, and of course, the red wine Barolo. This fragrance is so captivating, so alluring. If you have a chance to try this, definitely seek it out because you're not going to regret it. Especially if you like, oriental, fougere type scents, that takes that old school, traditional, classic, but adds that beautiful twist of modern. You're definitely going to love this one. My second and final pick is brought to us from Saudi Arabia, from the house of ASQ, of course. This is Safari Extreme. Guys, if you like Tom Ford's Tuscan leather, but wanted something a little stronger that takes it to the next level, definitely check this out, especially with what's out there today with Tom Ford's reformulations. This one here is not going to disappoint. If you like leather and oud, you guys will go gaga over this one. Again, James, thanks for having me and thanks for putting this together. Guys, keep on spraying and stay fragrant. I'll see you soon.
Hey y'all, good morning. This is Daniel's son from Charleston, South Carolina. First of all, I want to say thank you, James Underwood, for having me be a part of this. I appreciate it, and I'm very humbled that you included me in this. I am doing two of my top 2 favorite fall-winter fragrances, and I got some killer ones here. I did a review of this not too long ago. It is Perry Ellis Oud Black Vanilla Absolute. This is killer stuff for fall and winter and colder weather. Oud Black Vanilla Absolute. It's a EDP, Eau de Parfum. It's in the Oriental Vanilla group. Vanilla Absolute, Rum, Oud, Black Amber, and White Tobacco. This is killer stuff. This is ED Parfum. Vanilla dominant pretty much, but has oud and amber in it to back up that vanilla. Very, very, very strong, good winter fragrance. And I would have to say probably my #1 fall winter fragrance is Pure Tonka by Mugler. This is, I wore this last night, and this is awesome stuff, y'all. This is a Eau de Toilette. The notes are roasted tonka beans, roasted coffee, lavender, rosemary, patchouli, and vanilla. Both of these are, as far as the longevity and projection, excellent, excellent. The Perry Ellis Black Vanilla Absolute, it's 10+ hours. The Mugler Pure Tonka is 12+ hours. You gotta be careful with the sprayers because this stuff is like really, really super strong. But these are my two favorite picks. I can't think of anything, too many frags better than this. But if you can get your hands on these, I would highly suggest these. The Mugler Pure Tonka, I would consider a gourmand. It's really, really super creamy. It's got a hint of like maple syrup, some vanilla in there, a little bit of coffee. It's just like a really, really, think of it as like the best gourmet pastry that you've ever had with the best gourmet coffee you've ever had, and sort of combine those together. That's what you get with this. It's sweet, but not too sweet. But it's just, both of these are like killer frags. So those are my two picks for fall and winter. And if you get your hands on them, get them. All right, later y'all. Bye.
Hey guys, my name's Carlos, and this is gonna be my choices for reviewing on this fall collaboration. This one right here, it's a Cafe Black Label. It's basically licorice and brandy and apple fragrance. And if you're a fan of any clones of Black Orchid or Northern Noir, this is really good. This goes for about $10, and basically what it smells like, it's when you get your wine spilled on you, wine with a hint of licorice. That's what you're gonna get. It's really good, actually. Like 8 hours on it, and like an hour, 2 hours of projection. This is Rocco Barocco, yeah, Rocco Barocco, and this is basically mint, vanilla, and saffron. Kinda, if you like Tom Ford's more extreme, you're gonna like this. It's pretty good. It's not a heavy scent, but it's uplifting and has that sort of vanilla sweet saffron combination that Tom Ford has. And last, come on, this is kitschy as hell, but look, a hawk. If you like Armani Code, this is like an Armani Code with some spiciness. It's really good. It's gonna project really well. It's left like 11 hours, like for $20. So if you don't like it, send it over. Look, a hawk. You can't go wrong with this. So these are it. Rocco Barocco, Cafe Black Label, and Police Icon Intense, the hawk. Love it. Bye.
Hi guys, what's going on? Joy here. I'll be talking to you about 4 fragrances today. And first of all, before I do that, I'd like to say thanks to my big bro Carlos, my guardian angel. Thanks very much for inviting me to be a part of this awesome collab. I'm feeling very, very, very honored. And also my good friend James. Both of them actually asked me if I can actually be part of this. So it's an honor for me, and I'm really excited to do this. And I know a lot of good, great reviewers to be part of this collab, right? So without wasting further time, let me get into the fall fragrances. So I chosen 2, right? First of all, I'd like to show you the one I recently purchased and I reviewed it. It's awesome gourmand, semi-gourmand, semi-fresh, and I really want you to look at it. This is Rochasman, however you say it. This is beautiful coffee based scent, but a lot more going on in this. I get white chocolate from it. So this is my first one for the fall. Second one for the fall, I'm gonna go with, this is Prada Luna Rosa Extreme. Okay, this fragrance is the spicier version of the Prada Luna Rosa. Check out my review on this one. So those 2 I would wear for my fall. So now coming to the winter, actually I have chosen 2 unusual fragrances. First one is Alien Man by Thierry Mugler. And this fragrance, I know it's not getting a lot of talk, but trust me, in the cold weather, this is gonna be so good, right? So check out this for the winter season, all right? Alien Man. And the second one, unusual one, obviously this is a women's perfume. I really rock it. I love the peach note in this. This is bomb of a fragrance. It will last and cut through the cold like anything. This is My Burberry Black. This is my suggestion for you. Give it a try, guys. You know, even if you're a dude, you can try this. This is awesome. This is yummy, right? So those are the 4 suggestions from my side. So now we're moving on to the next reviewer, and thanks very much once again. Everybody have a blessed day. I'll talk to you soon, and go frag yourself, like my friend Chris always used to say. Have a nice day.
What's up guys, it's me, your boy Steve Random here. I want to say thank you to James for having me on here. I appreciate the invite. I'm glad to be on here. I actually just finished filming a video just now. Let's get into my top 2 favorite fall fragrances. These 2 fall fragrances you can't really go wrong with. For the fall and the winter, they're perfect, and to me, they smell very, very nice, and they work very well, and they have great longevity. Parfums de Marly Layton is a beautiful, beautiful apple fragrance mixed with lavender. And it smells a little bit feminine, but it's overall though a very great fragrance for the fall. I can get maybe 10 hours plus of longevity on this, and it smells gorgeous, and it can garner compliments. That's Parfums de Marly Layton. My number 1 though is Tom Ford Tuscan Leather. This thing is just a beauty of a fragrance. It's pretty much brilliant in a fragrance. It's gorgeous, amazing, it's a masterpiece pretty much. This thing can last on for probably about 9+ hours at least. Really, really nice fragrance for the fall and winter. Both of these are really nice. It's whatever you're into. If you like Tom Ford Tuscan Leather, go for this one. If you like Layton, go for this one. It's whatever you're into, but these are my 2 suggestions. The only problem with these 2 is that they're pretty expensive, but I think they are worth it if you're planning on using them for the winter and fall. That's been me, your boy Steve Random, and I'm out. Peace.
Hey everyone, my name is Justin. Some of you may know me from some of the Facebook groups that I'm in. Some of you may know me, I guess, just in life. But anyway, I was asked to make a short video about 2 fall/winter fragrances that I really enjoy, so that's what I'm doing. These aren't necessarily my favorites, but they are up there, and I do wear them a lot. The first one is CK Reveal. This is a very good, sweet, long-lasting fragrance. I'm not big on like the whole notes. Some people say there's a lot of, I think there's pear, melon in here, but I'm not, you know, people read notes off of a list, and I don't really know what those notes smell like outside of a few. So anyway, this is actually my 2nd bottle of this, and you can see I kind of use a little bit of this bottle as well. It is a very, very, like I said, sweet fragrance, long-lasting by CK standards. I get a good day's wear at work, so it is very good. And another good thing about this one, if you did want to partner it with the female version for like your wife, girlfriend, whatever, they smell very similar. So it's a very good complementary fragrance to it, so I do like that because my wife actually has the women's version, and though she doesn't wear it because she doesn't wear any of the stuff I get her. She's also behind the camera, so say hello. Not you say hello, but the audience say hellos to you. Hellos? Hello. Anyway, next one, Armaf Prestige, Tag Her Prestige. God, it's ridiculous. Anyway, Tag Her Prestige. This is a lot harder than people think doing these videos. But anyway, Tag Her Prestige. Not a lot of people talk about this. Also, very sweet fragrance. I love sweet gourmand fragrances. This is, I got it because somebody said that it was a clone of 1 Million Privé, whatever. It's not really. It's just in that same category, but it's very good. You get a lot of cinnamon, a lot of vanilla. It's also one of the least ugly Armaf bottles because they make shit ugly bottles. Really ugly bottles. This isn't bad though, but I am an Armaf fanboy. I love the juice inside. But yeah, it's really good. Great performance, 8 to 12 hours. Really good projection when I first apply it for the first 2-3 hours or so. And yeah, it's really good. I like it a lot. I highly suggest that you're not going to smell like anybody else with actually either of these fragrances. This, you're going to smell like some sort of fruity syrup, pancake syrup, not maple syrup, but like boysenberry or something. This one is just a good gourmand. Probably more for the winter than the fall, this one, but I actually wear everything anytime I want. So anyway, that is my top two most kind of favorite sort of fragrances for fall. CK Reveal, Tag Her Prestige by Armaf. Thank you. Bye.
Hey guys, I first want to thank you for making such a video, and also I want to thank you for keeping the attitude positive amongst the fragrance lovers, and also for keeping the fragrance community united. My picks for this fall, 2 picks, were very easy, even though fall might be very hard to pick a fragrance because it's neither too hot, neither too cold. So there are many choices. Of course, if you have a a lot of fragrances. So my two picks, again, very easy. First one is Dirham by Ard Al Zafran, the hidden gem, the one and only that can work in any season besides summer. It starts a bit too floral and a bit too powdery, might come as feminine for some of you men, but give it about 10 minutes and it will dry down beautifully. Gorgeous scent, cheap eau de parfum, lasts a lot, and it does garner a lot of compliments. A very, very great fragrance, hidden gem, easy pick, will always be an easy reach for me because I just love this fragrance. Second pick, also pretty easy because it marks the coming of fall. John Varvatos, or John Varvatos the original. And you know, when fall comes, it means that men are pulling out their leather jackets. And who other designer can make a fragrance, leather-based fragrance, other than John Varvatos himself, the designer that makes lots of clothes based on leather. And he also makes great leather-based fragrances. And this one, John Varvatos, is no exception. This smells to me like plums, and you know plums are usually the fruit of fall or autumn. And the scent, combine this plum note with a very subtle leather note, and you get a very sexy man fragrance. John Varvatos doesn't mess around when he makes his leather-based fragrances. Great pick, great price for the 125 ml. Easy pick for me, guys. You take it from here. Ify.
Thank you so much for including me, James. My two entries are YSL Lannoy de l'Homme. I think it's a classic. I think everybody will enjoy this. I think it's also one of the more sexy smelling fall fragrances. And Thierry Mugler's Pure Tonka. I think both these kind of pull on different ends of the designer fall/winter spectrum. You can kind of use them in different situations, different scenarios, and I think both them together go very good. So these are my two picks. Thank you so much for including me, James. Can't wait to see everyone else's picks.
For my fall frag, I have Dolce & Gabbana The One Royal Nights. I really enjoyed this. They fixed a lot of the issues that they had with the original, the One series. This even has better longevity and projection than the EDP that I have. The scent is really similar. This is just a little bit richer in my opinion. I really enjoy this. For the fall, it's outstanding and it smells amazing. So like I've said before, it smells really good. You should get your nose on it. My winter fragrance is none other than Dior Homme Intense. I absolutely love this fragrance. This is one that I'll be wearing absolutely as much as I can throughout the winter. And if you don't tell anybody, I wear this all year long as I can be in the AC because I love this stuff. It's absolutely amazing. The notes on this, the top note is lavender, the mid is iris, ambrette, pearwood, and the base note is vetiver and Virginia cedar, and it is amazing. If you haven't got your nose on this, this is one you really need to check out as well. Like I said, it smells really good. So with that being said, I need to take some time. I need to thank everybody that has volunteered their time to record the segments and send them in to me so that I can make this. Each one of the reviewers that have participated in this has took their own time to film their own videos, to go through and edit them, and then send them to me. So that is a ton of time. I really appreciate it. I appreciate the support that I have received from all of the reviewers in the FragCom. So I hope you have enjoyed this. This has been a extremely long video, so if you're here and you're watching me, you get 2 thumbs up because you have watched an hour's worth of reviews in one whack. So thank you very much for stopping and watching, and once more thank you to everybody that was involved in this. I can't tell you how much it meant to me. So with that being said, this is James with Outlaw Frags. Till next time, keep your eye out for my next review.